Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Little Nightmares 100% walkthrough. And this is level 4 called the guest area. And as soon as this level starts, we make a 180 turn and go into this room and hug one of those gnomes. In here, as you can see, there is also a lantern. If you have missed any of the ones I lit before, so make sure to light that one. And then we're gonna run across the world's longest pipe. And something I want to tell you, by the way, just admire this game looks so beautiful. I really enjoy this. I think it's absolutely stunning. But when we climb this ladder and we go through the next door or through this hatch or whatever it is, be careful. This is a preparation for your hard to the core run. Because if you're too quick, since the perspective changes, it is very easy to fall off and into the sea, and that will kill you. So be careful there, and also we're going to be very careful there on my hard to the core run. I actually fell down there once, but I was quick to reset, so the game didn't count that as a death. And here we see the function of the mall. Guests are arriving via boat. I think the mall that we are aboard emerges from the sea once per year. And that's when they load up on guests. This is kind of a warped nightmare version of Spirited Away, if you have seen that movie by Studio Ghibli. If you haven't seen it, it's an anime movie. I really like it, and I recommend that you watch it. Beautiful movie. But now that we're up here, we see all those guests down there. Lovely bunch of people, aren't they? But we just run through that pipe and go down here, pull off this board, and we are gonna come to a place that was the bane of my existence. This checkpoint right here that starts you off here. On my hard to the core run, I had to reset that checkpoint I think 3 or 4 times. So I'm gonna advise you, now that you're here and you don't have the pressure of time, there is a jump that I think you should practice if you're going for hard to the core. The sad part is that is almost a 2-minute run back to that jump from the checkpoint. But it's worth doing, because when you are going through here, by the way, here in the background I think there is another lantern you can light. And in this room, I'm gonna talk about the jump when we get there. Make sure to move slowly here, or just run normally, because you will be chased. In the next room, you will be chased by one of the guests, so you want to make sure your stamina is still up. He'll try to catch you, so just run away. Do a little jump here. Nope, apparently not. Jump up here, and he will not be able to get over this edge. He's too fat. He has eaten too much sausage. This jump from this stack of plates over to the lamp on the right. Hold down R2 before you jump. Make sure that button is held down. Because 3 or 4 times I fell straight down into the waiting arms of that lady. But I think if you hold down R2 prior to jumping, like you have the button already pressed, that will help you like magnetize towards that lamp. So practice it a few times here, because that can spell trouble when going for hard to the core. And in this room there is another lantern and also one of the gnomes. And since we have the light up your life trophy, we're just gonna skip the lantern and hug the gnome. Running across this table can also be quite dangerous. By the way, there's a candle right there. But I think just run in a zigzag motion and jump whenever one of them gets close to you. I have never been caught there, but I know some people think that it is a quite tricky area to get through. Maybe I have just gotten lucky every time. But after you have practiced the plate jump, make sure to practice the table run a little bit as well. Because I think the hardest parts in this game is probably that jump from the stack of plates and the janitor fight. Because janitor fight, sometimes the game can completely troll you there. Pulling off the bars on the box. Sometimes the game just doesn't want to cooperate. And 6 is just holding it and not doing anything. By the way, going into this room, don't run like I do, because one of the guests will start chasing you, so you make a run back, jump up here, or slide into the next room and jump up from the other side and just go over him and then run like hell. Be very quick, and there's a hole in the wall, so we just slide through and we're safe. Easy peasy. And in here we are gonna go over to the left. One of the chefs will be arriving. So go into this room and we hide in this crate. Either hide in the crate or beneath the sink, it doesn't matter. I prefer the crate. The chef will come in, he will walk around for a little bit, and then he will go out and slam the door so a box falls down. And since 6 is already in quite a dark and shitty place, what is 7 years of bad luck? Nothing. So just take the box and throw it through that mirror. You cannot break it with the roll of toilet paper, because toilet paper, as we all know, should at least be soft. And now we can head back and move carefully across these pipes, because we want to go over to the very end of this pipe. So I prefer crouching just to be safe, because there is one of those geisha dolls down there on the crates, and the only way to reach it is by going over this crate, over this pipe, because the crate is too big for 6 to be able to get up. So we throw that away, and then we run towards the elevator. Don't worry about the chef, he doesn't hear us. He is too busy chopping up one of the guests, actually, because that is what they do at the mall. They invite people, they stuff them full of food, chop them up, and I think they feed them to the next batch of guests. And in here we hug another little gnome, and then we can continue onwards. Don't worry about that guest, he's such a heavy sleeper, so he will not notice your presence. Here, walk normally at first. As soon as the guests appear, start running, and do not stop running. This is quite a long chase sequence, and you will see 6 starting to run out of stamina. Slide under this table. Whatever happens, keep running. If you want to, you can run and jump, that will create bigger distance. Run past this first cupboard, make sure the second one falls over, so jump and grab onto it. Up on the table. 6 will start to feel very weary at this point, but we are gonna jump over to this lamp and across, and we're safe. Very intense. Quite a fun hunt. I like that sequence. And once again, poor 6 is ravaged by hunger. And it's really taking its toll on her right now. And throughout this game, we have hugged 12 gnomes. This is the 13th one. And sadly, the hug that 6 gives him is a hug of death. She forgoes the sausage and kills the gnome. And if you have hugged all the gnomes throughout this game up to this point, the trophy Little Lost Things will unlock when you take down that last gnome. There's no way to not kill him, sadly. You cannot make her go for the sausage. And up here we find the second to last Japanese doll. Just make sure to break that one. It is very dark. The entire gnome thing. But sadly, sometimes you have to, I guess. But now we have beaten the guest area. All that remains now is going into this elevator and we will go up to the latest quarters, which is the final level of the game. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.